मैम मते
मैम
तो आस
मते तो दिसुनी मैम मु टिके लीव मारी के जॉइन करछ
हाँ हाँ okay so first thing is so the profit which is received by a person and he is in wrongful possession. So wrongful possession I have defined. So after dispossessing जनकु बाहर करिकिना ता प्रॉपर्टी रे जाई रहिबा कि ता प्रॉपर्टी की यूज करिबा किबा जो प्रॉपर्टी रे तमे लीगली एंटाइटल्ड अछ रहिबा पई किछि दिन पई तमे ता पर कोन करछ ता धरे इलीगली रहिया स्टार्ट करछ जदि मु कहली लीज रो टर्म सरला परे तो जेतले तमे से प्रॉपर्टी रे रहुछ बा ता धरे किछि बेनिफिट एक्सट्रैक्ट करछ दैट इज कॉल्ड बेनिफिट आउट ऑफ रॉन्गफुल पोजेशन एंड साकु जतले जे राइटफुल पोजेसर क्लेम करे से प्रॉफिट को कोन कहते मीन प्रॉफिट ओके बट एठी सेक्शन जो 212 रो जो डेफिनेशन देला सेतरे से मीन प्रॉफिट रो प्रॉफिट को डिफाइन कला सो बेसिकली एठी रे तीनटा कथा कहिला गोटे होची गोटे पर्सन जहा कि ऑलरेडी रिसीव करी सारछि तो पास्ट प्रेजेंट फ्यूचर तीनटा कथा एठी कहला तीनटा टाइप ऑफ प्रॉफिट कथा कहला फर्स्ट कहला जे जो प्रॉफिट जने ऑलरेडी रिसीव करी सारछि सेकेंड होची कोन जदी गोटे पर्सन किछि प्रॉफिट फ्यूचर रे रिसीव करिवो एंड थर्डली कहला इन ऑर्डिनरीली गोटे लोक जो प्रॉफिट रिसीव करूची ए तीनटा जाक काइंड ऑफ प्रॉफिट को कोन करा हबो ना मीन प्रॉफिट अंडर रे इंक्लूडेड करा हबो ओके now let's understand what is the profit actually received what is the kind of profit a person like might have received or what is a kind of profit which ordinarily a person receives. So let me give you examples. Okay, we will write and understand. The first is that profit have actually received. Okay, so let me give you an example. ए रो गोटे प्रॉपर्टी थिला गोटे घर थिला ए ता धरे रहउथिला बी कोन कला ए को सेठू डिस्पोजेस कर देला बाडे की धमकी की बाहर कला परे से घर को 3 मास पाई के लीज रे देला नॉट बेसी दिन 3 मास पाई के लीज 3 मास परे से घर जे लीज रे रहउथले से घर छाड़ देले वर्तमान से घर खाली पड़े सो डिस्पोजेशन रो 6 मास परे कहला ना जणे लोक सॉरी डिस्पोजेशन ना 6 मास परे कहला ना ए सूट फाइल कला रिस्टोरेशन ऑफ पोजेशन एंड मीन प्रॉफिट वर्तमान बी क्लेम कर परिबो जे मो मीन प्रॉफिट काई देबे मु तो प्रॉपर्टी रो किछि प्रॉफिट एबे नौनी प्रॉपर्टी तो एबे खाली पड़छि हां मु डिस्पोजेस कर देछि मते मु प्रॉपर्टी रिस्टोर करिया को कहूछ मु रिस्टोर कर देबे बट मु कोनोसी भी बेनिफिट प्रॉपर्टी रो माने अड्यूस करू नाही तणु मु कोन करिवे कोनोसी भी मीन प्रॉफिट देबे बट ए सिमिलर जिंस बा ए सिमिलर क्लेम टा बी करि परिबो नाही because mean profit re the first category of profit or the first category of mean profit is that if you have actually received certain profit from the property movable property when you are in wrongful possession that is also included under the definition of mean profit बुझेला
से जो पोजीशन रे रहउची स्टे करची सेठी कि ना तो सेटा प्रॉफिट रे धरा जीवनी
हाँ हबो
ता पई कि तो ताको कंपेंसेशन दबा को पड़ियो ना
this is not compensation एटा mean profit हाँ दबा को पड़ियो मु गोटे जस्ट एग्जांपल बेयर एग्जांपल लेके कहली ए एग्जैक्ट पॉइंट को बुझेया पई हैला second category of profit is
मैम पुणी बोला स्क्रीन
स्क्रीन तो अच्छी
यस मैम
मत तो देखौचे माने मोर अलगा डिवाइस रे
मैम देखौचे स्क्रीन
काली कंप्लेन करे पड़ियो
आसिला मैम
so next category of profit is the profit which might have received, mean future. Okay, so might have received means, see, if there is a property, just gote hypothetical situation, gote property ता देहरे किछिटा फ्रूट बियरिंग ट्रीज अछि, मैंगो हे गला कि जैक फ्रूट हे गला एमति किछि गछ अछि, तो से गोटे सीजन हेले ही से गछरे फल धरे एंड ताको कमर्शियल पर्पस पई कि नबे फल को बिक्री करे छै, समस्त तो गछर फल तो निजे यूज करते ताको बिक्री भी करे, तो भाबो गोटे बगीचा पूरा तोटा अछि, ऑर्चर्ड अछि हैला, वर्तमान जे डिस्पोजेस करिछि he has an intent कि जेतले ए गछरे फल फळिबो मु याको बिक्री करी, ओके, एंड समर टाइम पाख आसिला बेले से जनक सहित ऑलरेडी कॉन्ट्रैक्ट करि सारछि कि तू ए सबु जाक गछर फल नै जिवो एंड मते कोन करिवो पैसा दे दो, वर्तमान दो the person has not received the benefit or profit yet but the person is going to receive, माने ऑलरेडी जने फल नै जाइछि एंड याकू खाली पैसा दबाटा बाकी अछि, then also that profit is also included under the category of mean profit. बुझेला?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. तापर आसला in ordinary diligence if something is being received. Ordinary diligence means what? Okay. Ordinary diligence means जदि जो प्रॉपर्टी रु माने जे wrongfully possess करूची से लोक को एमती किसी बेनिफिट मिलूची जोटा कि ऑर्डिनरीली से प्रॉपर्टी को जीए भी एक्रिव करे ताको मिले, जेमती कि हमर हे पारे फिश हे गला से जगह रे गड़िया अछि से गड़िया रो माछ हैला, गछर फल हैला, जोटा कि ऑर्डिनरीली जने कोन करबो यूज करबो बिकॉज़ से सब प्रॉपर्टी रे रहउची, तो से सबु जाक प्रॉफिट को भी मेन प्रॉफिट भितरे इंक्लूड कराबो, तेनु the profit which can be taken from past, present, future, three things, all the things are included under the mean profit category. Okay, I hope till now it is clear, but a pore bhi achi, sorry ni definition may have received, okay, a gote sentence re likhibo by the person in wrongful possession. Okay, but here there is an exception. Okay, exception कौन? Exception होची जे जदि गोटे profit accrue होची by improvement. What is improvement? Which we have discussed under Transfer of Property Act under section 63A. Okay, though that improvement is only for mortgagee, so here this improvement is also denotes with that kind of improvement. माने जो लोक wrongful possession रे नैची प्रॉपर्टी को सीए सेथिरे किछिटा इम्प्रूवमेंट करछि, किछि घर बनैछि कि निजे किछि गड़िया तयारी करछि कि गोटे छोट घर थिला से घर ऊपर आउ गोटे फ्लोर तयारी करछि एंड इम्प्रूवमेंट करी किना तादुरु किछि प्रॉफिट एक्सट्रैक्ट करिछि, that would not be included under mean profit. Clear है जिनसा? एक्सेप्शन कौन? जदि निजे इम्प्रूवमेंट करिकी तादुरु किछि प्रॉफिट एक्रिव करिछि ताले सेटा को मेन प्रॉफिट भितरे इंक्लूड कराजिबा नै. Clear?
Yes, ma'am.
हैला? So this is the exception. अच्छा, I have a question for you here. जेमते हम एबे मेन प्रॉफिट पढुछु जे इमूवेबल प्रॉपर्टी को wrongful possession ने नेकिना जदि तादुरु बेनिफिट एड्यूस करा जाय ताको मेन प्रॉफिट को, जदि प्रॉपर्टी रा नेचर मूवेबल हेतिबा ताले से wrongful possession ने नेकी जो बेनिफिट एक्सट्रैक्ट करा जिवो ताको कोन कहबा बा ताको को वे रे क्लेम करा हबा?
मैम प्रॉपर्टी जदि आउथरे मैम क्वेश्चन जदि
जहाँ
प्रॉपर्टी
मेन प्रॉफिट रे पढिले सेम जिंस किंतु प्रॉपर्टी जदि मूवेबल हेतिबा ताको कोन कहिया? Which means any person wrongfully possessing an immovable property what kind of benefit that person takes from that property. In immovable properties case, it is main profit. So in case of movable property, what is that? Okay, ଗୋଟେ hint ଦେଇ ଦଉଛି, transfer of property act under ରେ ଅଛି ଏବେ କୁହ। ओके, ट्राए तो करो, गेस करो ट्रांसफर ऑफ प्रॉपर्टी कितना काइंड ऑफ मोड्स ऑफ ट्रांसफर अछि, बहुत लिमिटेड। देखो सेल तो हबनी, हब कि
ना मैम।
नो
ना मैम।
सेल पर आसला कोन मॉर्गेज, मॉर्गेज हब
ना
नो, मॉर्गेज पर लीज, लीज भी
लीज
हबनी,
लीज भी
लीज
हबनी।
लीज हबनी, लीज पर हैला एक्सचेंज, एक्सचेंज हबनी। क्लियर? एक्सचेंज हब कि एक्सचेंज केमते हब?
नो मैम एक्सचेंज भी हबनी कि
नहीं
गिफ्ट भी
एक्सचेंज
हबनी।
हबनी।
गिफ्ट हबनी, तापर एक्सचेंज पर कोन गिफ्ट अछि 122 रु 129, गिफ्ट पर कोन अछि एक्शनेबल क्लेम। सो मूवेबल प्रॉपर्टी केस रे ताकू कहंती
ओहो यस
एक्शनेबल
मैम।
क्लेम। हैला को मन रखियो, बुझियो जिंस। सो एक्शनेबल क्लेम रो जदी डेफिनेशन तमे पढिबो सेक्शन 3 रे ट्रांसफर ऑफ प्रॉपर्टी एक्ट अंडर रे, तो दीटा कैटेगरी रे आको डिवाइड कराइ छै। एक्शनेबल क्लेम मींस एनी अनसिक्योर्ड मनी डेब्ट और एनी बेनिफिट व्हिच इज एक्सट्रैक्टेड फ्रॉम अ मूवेबल प्रॉपर्टी। ठीक अछि? Okay, and it is there under section 130 to 137. The provisions are under section 130 to 137. I hope my connection is all again gone.
अच्छी तो मैम।
Okay, then it's okay. The provision is there under section 130 to 137. Okay. And for main profit, the court can even add 6% interest per annum. So whatever the court shall declare as main profit, again with it the court can also add 6% of interest. That is discretionary, that is not mandatory. That depends upon the court. The court can add up to 6%, but not more than 6%. Okay, remember that. Up to 6% per annum. The court can add that interest. After that, under mean profit, we have to discuss against whom mean profits cannot be claimed. There are category of persons against whom you cannot ask for mean profit. So let's discuss who are they. Sorry, can be claimed. Against whom mean profits can be claimed. So first person who are in wrongful possession. This is the first and foremost thing. Person who are on wrongful possession. Secondly, tenant holding over. Okay, your lease period is over, but you are still staying. You are holding over. But if you are staying after termination of the lease period, but you are paying the rent, those kind of tenants are said tenants in sufferance. Okay, lease is over, but you are staying and paying. So tenant in sufferance, but the tenants after termination of the period who are staying but not paying, they are called tenant holding over. Third is trespasser. Okay, if someone trespasses to your property, then you can also ask for mean profit to them, and the stays they like extracts benefit then only. Fourth, any mortgagee who is in possession against whom decree for redemption is passed. Mortgagee in possession is passed, etc. These are some category of person. There are also other category of person who can also ask for mean profits. Okay, so mean profit chapter is over here. So let's move to the next definition, not at all important, that is movable property. The movable property definition is only important under Transfer of Property Act. Otherwise, it will not be important under any other law. It can be important under BNS also, but not anywhere else. So section 2, subsection 30. And this is very like simple definition that movable property includes growing crop. Okay. And the same definition you can find under section 22 of IPC, section 3 of TPA, section 2 subsection 21 of BNS, and section 322 of General Clauses Act. Sorry, TPA, that is immovable property. This is also immovable property, sorry, immovable. This is immovable property. Section 3 of TPA. These two are for movable property and the last two are for immovable property. Clear? So the order we have discussed, then the next definition is prescribed. So prescribed is also not at all important definition. So it is only written that prescribed means prescribed by rules. That's it. Nothing else. By rules of CPC. Prescribed means whatever is being prescribed by rules of CPC. Then the next definition that is important, and the definition is public officer. And it is provided under section 2 subsection 17. This definition is important. It is not important for like long type examinations, but the questions in like in preliminary, judiciary preliminary exams, competitive short question exams, your PG entrance exams, AIB exams, in these exams, questions from this category would definitely ask. So there is a list of persons are provided under this section who are falling under the category of public officer. Okay. So we will only discuss those categories. So it is provided that any person falling under the following list is a public officer. So the first category is judge. Okay, so judge or judges are public officers. Second, the officers of All India Service, IAS, IFS, IRS. So any All India level service, any officer of those All India level service, those are also public officer. Okay. The third category is any commissioned or gazetted officer of military, naval or air force. Okay. Commissioned or gazetted officers in military, naval or air force. Okay, then so judges are included. Along with the judges, the officials who are working like with the court, they are also treated as public officer. So in the fourth category, so every officer of a court of justice. Okay, so here some categories are given, that is if there are officers who are involved for taking charge or dispose of a property, or any person who is associated with administering oath. Okay, so we in evidence act we have discussed. Okay, so oath need to be administered in a judicial process. So if there is any officer who interpret and preserve the order of the court, so all these officers are treated as the officers of court of justice. Okay, so may I need to write the sub points?
No, ma'am.
Okay. Then next category, jail authorities. But the sub point is there in the act, but only remember the court official. Okay. Then the police officers. Okay, after police, the revenue authorities.
ମ୍ୟାମ୍ ଏଟାକୁ ଆପଣ ମନେ ରଖିଛନ୍ତି ଏସବୁ?
ମୁଁ ଖାଲି ୱାର୍ଡିଂ ଗୋଟେ ଗୋଟେ ପଏଣ୍ଟ ରେ ମନେ ରଖିଛି, ତମେ ବେୟାରକ୍ ଦେଖିବ ଏତେ ଛୋଟ ଛୋଟ ଲେଖା ହେଇନି।
ଏସବୁ ଲେଖା ହେଇଛି ବହୁତ ବଡ ବଡ, ବଟ୍ ଏଟାକୁ
ବହୁତ
ମନେ
ବଡ
ରଖିବାକୁ
ଲେଖା
ପଡିବ ପୁରା।
ବାସ୍ ତମେ ନାଇଁ ଏତିକି ମନେ ରଖ, ଏଇଟା ପ୍ରିଲିମ୍ ରେ ହିଁ ପଚରା ହୁଏ, ମାନେ ସେମିତିଆ କ୍ୱେଶ୍ଚନ ରେ OMR ଆନ୍ସର ସିଟ୍ ଯୋଉଥିରେ ଥାଏ ସେମିତିଆ କ୍ୱେଶ୍ଚନ ରେ ତମକୁ ପଚରା ହବ। 4ଟା କାଟେଗୋରୀ ଦିଆହେଇଥିବ, ଆଧୁରୁ କିଏ ପବ୍ଲିକ ଅଫିସର ନୁହେଁ ହେଲା। ଏମିତିଆ କ୍ୱେଶ୍ଚନ ତମକୁ କେବେ ସିପିସି ରେ ପଚାରିବେନି କି ସିପିସି ହଉଛି କ୍ୱେଶ୍ଚନ ର ହବ୍ ହେଲା। ଯଦି ଗୋଟେ ଭଲ କ୍ୱେଶ୍ଚନ ବନେଇବାକୁ ଚାହିଁବ, ମିନିଂଫୁଲ क्वेश्चन बनाया चाहिए, बहुत क्वेश्चन मिलिबो। ये क्वेश्चन ना किछि याको लॉन्ग क्वेश्चन बनै किछि पॉइंट ओके। रेवेन्यू अथॉरिटीज आइले तापर आसीगले कोन एच रे देला कि जदि मिनिस्टर अछंती स्टेट रो, मिनिस्टर ऑफ ए स्टेट ओके, ता सहित आसले गोटे विलेज रो हेडमैन, लाइक जो पंचायत रे जे सरपंच सान, विलेज हेडमैन सुडू रिसीवर। So any advocate who is engaged by the government, जमते कि हमें पढ़ुचे government leader, okay, advocate engaged by the government। ए कैटेगरी रहिले हमर इनकम टैक्स ऑफिसर्स, ओके एटसेट्रा। एमानी भी होचंती कोन पब्लिक ऑफिसर। along with that एथिरे या भी प्रोवाइड कला जे किए पब्लिक ऑफिसर नुहंती, तो तांकर भी गोटे कैटेगरीज अछि हु आर नॉट पब्लिक ऑफिसर। सो एथिरे के आसीबे, एथिरे आसले हमरा फर्स्ट रे चेयरमैन ऑफ म्युनिसिपैलिटी, देन कहला कोन म्युनिसिपल काउंसिलर, ओके। देन any officer of a company or corporation, they are not also public officer, officer of a corporation or company, okay। next कौन ना any retired government servant, so जो माने retired government servant थांती से माने भी public officer नुहंती, ए retired government servant। so ए माने होचंती not a public officer, and आ ऊपर जो list हमें discuss करले they are public officers, okay। so they a list not at all like important for तमे माने जो सेमिस्टर एग्जाम दबो ता देर न पड़ी पारे, बट आगो को जो एग्जाम गुडा दबो ता पे इंपोर्टेंट, ठीक अछि। देन द नेक्स्ट डेफिनेशन सेक्शन 2, 18, 19 and 20, these are not at all much more important, just पढ़िबा पई कि गोटे one time read जाको कहते। so 218 talks about rules, Okay, and it is provided that rules means rules are provided under the first schedule of CPC, and it is made by the High Courts under section 122 to 125. This much is been provided for rules. So, provided under first schedule of CPC. It can also be made by the High Court under section 122 to 125. This is the definition of rules. So, the next definition is 219, that is share in a corporation. And what can be a shares of corporation? Three things are there. One is stock, debenture and bond. And the last section, section 220, and it talks about sign. So what is or what do you mean by sign? Sign means it is provided that a judgment or decree needs to be duly signed by the judge. That's it. Judgment or decree needs to be duly signed. Okay, so here the definition of which are rest of the definition under CPC are also like over. So mate kuh a pare kom padhibo CPC na evidence.